Could natural forces explain the parting of the sea? One of the most iconic moments in the Bible is Moses parting the Red Sea to lead the Israelites out of Egypt. While often viewed as a divine miracle, a compelling scientific theory suggests it may have a natural explanation. In 2010, software engineer Carl Drews used sophisticated computer simulations to explore this phenomenon in depth. His research, which was peer-reviewed and supported by the National Center for Atmospheric Research, examined the possibility of a rare meteorological event. Drews proposed that the body of water mentioned in the Bible may not have been the Red Sea at all, but rather the Sea of Reeds, a marshy area near Egypt's Lake of Tanis. Under the right circumstances, specifically a strong and sustained east wind blowing at 60 miles per hour, the water could have temporarily receded. This event, known as a wind setdown, is a documented meteorological phenomenon that causes water to shift dramatically, exposing the seafloor. According to Drews, such a wind could have created a walkable path just long enough for a large group to cross. Once the wind died down, the water would have rushed back, appearing as if the sea had closed. This explanation provides a fascinating bridge between biblical storytelling and atmospheric science. Did ancient mining make Solomon and Sheba rich? The legendary wealth of King Solomon and the Queen of Sheba has fascinated historians and theologians for centuries. Their opulence is detailed in the Bible, where Sheba arrives with a spectacular caravan of gold, spices, and precious stones to visit Solomon, who himself ruled over a kingdom famed for its riches. But for generations, the source of their enormous wealth remained unclear. That changed in 2012, when archaeologists unearthed an ancient gold mine in modern-day Ethiopia within the territory historically linked to Sheba. The site included a stone slab engraved with what appeared to be Sheba's royal insignia. Then, in 2013, another excavation took place in Israel's Timna Valley, a region historically known for its rich copper reserves. Artifacts recovered from that dig dated back to the era traditionally associated with King Solomon. These discoveries suggest both monarchs may have amassed their wealth through extensive control of natural resources, particularly gold and copper. Scholars now believe they likely managed expansive mining operations, employing sophisticated methods for the time. This theory shifts the focus from myth to economics, revealing that their legendary prosperity may have had more to do with resource extraction than divine favor. It's a testament to how advanced and organized ancient economies could truly be. Where was Buddha born? Siddhartha Gautama, who became the Buddha, is believed to have been born into royalty. His early life of privilege contrasts starkly with the renunciation he later embraced to attain enlightenment. But for centuries, the actual location of his birth was debated. Some scholars argued for northern India, while others pointed to Nepal. In 1996, archaeologists discovered a stone marker beneath the Mayadevi temple in Lumbini, Nepal. This artifact, dated roughly 400 years after Buddha's time, marks a significant location. The surrounding area's topography matched ancient descriptions of the Buddha's birthplace. Because of this find, the global scholarly consensus shifted. Today, Lumbini is recognized by UNESCO as the birthplace of Buddha. It resolved a long-standing question about the origins of one of history's most influential figures. Is the Shroud of Turin authentic? The Shroud of Turin has long been thought by some to be the burial cloth of Jesus. First recorded in France in 1354, the cloth later moved to Italy in the 16th century. Over the centuries, its mysterious image and unclear origin sparked endless debate. In 1988, carbon dating tests were conducted by 3 independent scientific teams. Their results, later published in Nature, suggested the cloth was no older than the 13th century. That means it was likely created at least 1,200 years after Jesus lived. While some conspiracy theories still circulate, mainstream scientists agree it's a medieval forgery. The Catholic Church has remained neutral on its authenticity. For many, the shroud holds symbolic power, even if not historical truth. Still, modern science has likely solved this centuries-old mystery. Is there a scientific explanation for the 10 plagues? The 10 plagues that afflicted Egypt in the Book of Exodus have fascinated people for generations. In 2010, climatologists analyzed cave formations and climate data from ancient Egypt. Their findings suggest that a severe drought may have occurred during the reign of Ramses II. A shrunken Nile could have sparked the growth of toxic burgundy blood algae. This algae turns water red and poisons fish, creating a cascade of ecological events. Frogs would have fled the water, followed by swarms of insects. These pests could have spread disease, explaining the livestock deaths and skin ailments. The darkness, hail, and locusts may have come from volcanic ash released by the eruption of Thera. This natural chain reaction aligns remarkably well with the biblical story. Science may have uncovered a natural explanation for these ancient calamities. Did the sun stand still in Joshua's time? In the book of Joshua, it said that the sun and moon halted in the sky during a battle. This apparent celestial frieze has puzzled believers and skeptics alike. However, linguists have revisited the Hebrew translation and proposed a different interpretation. Rather than the sun stopping, the original text might say it ceased shining. This retranslation opened new avenues for scientific inquiry. In 2017, physicists compared ancient texts and astronomical records. They discovered that a solar eclipse likely occurred on October 30th, 1207 BCE. Such an event would align with the description of the sun darkening. This interpretation suggests that the biblical text may have described an actual solar event. It shows how language and science together can clarify ancient religious stories. Why was the Qur'an written without diacritical marks? Early versions of the Qur'an lacked the dots and dashes that clarify pronunciation in Arabic. These diacritical marks are critical because their presence can change the meaning of words. Scholars long debated whether these symbols were omitted from the start or removed later. A 2008 discovery in Saudi Arabia shed light on this puzzle. Researchers found a 1,300-year-old Arabic inscription that included early versions of diacritical marks. This suggests that the Qur'an may have originally included such markings. Some scholars believe that as the religion spread, scribes removed these marks to make the text adaptable across dialects. It would have been a practical move for a rapidly expanding faith. This theory reshapes how we understand early Islamic writing traditions. It's a compelling explanation for a long-standing textual mystery. Did the city of Sodom really exist? The destruction of Sodom and Gomorrah is one of the Bible's most dramatic episodes. For a long time, there was little archaeological evidence to confirm their existence. That changed in 2005 when excavations began at a Jordanian site called Tel El Hammam. The location and size closely match the biblical descriptions of Sodom. Artifacts suggest it was a large, thriving city during the Middle Bronze Age. But suddenly, the city was obliterated and abandoned. While the team behind the dig is affiliated with a Christian fundamentalist institution, their findings are still significant. The site has been linked to Sodom by many independent observers. Though not definitive, Tel El Hammam remains the most promising candidate for the infamous biblical city. What was the mystery behind the Mogao Caves ceiling? The Mogao Caves in China, located near the Gobi Desert, are a trove of Buddhist art. One particular cave, number 465, puzzled experts for years. Its ceiling features paintings of 5 celestial Buddhas, each accompanied by a mysterious inscription. The writing appeared to be Sanskrit, but no one could decipher it. Using advanced 3D scanning in recent years, researchers re-examined the artwork. They discovered that the letters were actually pasted backwards. The artisans, it seems, did not know how to read Sanskrit properly. This reversed lettering had misled historians for decades. The error turned a simple decorative element into a long-standing scholarly riddle. Now, thanks to technology, the misunderstanding has finally been resolved. Is there proof for a great flood? The story of a great flood, like the one in Noah's Ark tale, appears in many cultures. Underwater explorer Robert Ballard sought evidence for such an event in the Black Sea. He followed a theory that said glacial melt from the Ice Age flooded the Mediterranean. Eventually, this overflow is believed to have surged into what is now the Black Sea. Ballard's team explored the area and found signs of an ancient shoreline underwater. This discovery suggests a rapid and dramatic rise in water levels. For early human civilizations, this would have been catastrophic and unforgettable. The idea that a local flood could be perceived as global makes sense in context. It provides a possible scientific foundation for the widespread flood myth. Ballard's work brought new credibility to a story long considered legend. If you enjoyed this video, be sure to check out our next one, Every Unsolved Mystery in the Bible. From unexplained events to ancient secrets, it's a deep dive into the Bible's greatest enigmas. Hit that play button and join the journey through faith, mystery, and history. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and stay curious.